Next problem. Two-point charges A is equal to plus 3 nanocoulomb and B is equal to plus 1 nanocoulomb are placed at 5 centimeter apart in air. The work done to move charge B towards A. Now the charge B is moving towards A by a small distance of 1 centimeter. What amount of work done we have to calculate? Now the option 2.0 into 10 to the power of minus 7 joules, B 1.35 into 10 to the power of minus 7 joules, C minus 7 joules, and D 12. Minus 7 joules. Now the given the potential V is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by V. Here first the charge is at B, it has to be moved through a small distance. Therefore we have to make use of the potential difference at the 2 points is given by QA divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. Let me take it here R1 as 5 centimeter and R2 as 4 centimeter. Now substituting the values 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into charge is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 9 into 1 divided by 4 minus 1 divided by 5. Now here the distance is given in centimeter. If you convert it into meter, in the denominator we get 10 raised to minus 2. If I take to the numerator, it becomes 10 raised to plus 2. Now here 9 3 is 27 and 10 raised to plus 9 minus 9 get cancels. And in the bracket term, if you simplify that one, 1 divided by 4 minus 1 divided by 5, it becomes 1 divided by 20. And 27 divided by 20, it is 1.35 into 10 to the power of plus 2. So this is the potential difference. Here we have to calculate what is the work done. Therefore work done is equal to charge multiplied by the potential difference. Now charge moving is plus 1 nanocoulomb. It is the charge is 1 nanocoulomb and the potential difference is 1.35 into 10 raised to 2. If you multiply that one, we will get 1.35 into 10 raised to minus 7 joules. Hence B is the right answer here. Next problem. On moving a charge of 20 coulomb by 2 centimeter, 2 joules of work is done. Then the potential difference between the points is. So simple problem. Now option A 0.1 volt, B 8 volt, C 2 volts and D 0.5 volts. Now charge is given 20 coulomb and work done is given 2 joules. We have to calculate the potential difference. The simple relation work done is equal to charge multiplied by the potential. Therefore potential is equal to work done divided by the charge. Work done is given 2 and the charge is given 20. So 2 by 20, it is 0.1 volts. Hence A is the right answer. Next problem. If there are n capacitors in parallel connected to V volts source, then the energy stored is equal to. Here the options are A C into V, B half n C V square, C C into V square and D 1 by 2 n C V square. Now n capacitors are connected in parallel. So in parallel combination, the equivalent capacitance becomes n into C. Then we have the simple relation in parallel combination, equivalent capacitance Cp is equal to n into C. Therefore the energy stored in the system is E is equal to half into Cp into V square. Now Cp is, it is n into C and V square. Hence B is the right answer. Next problem. Capacitance of a spherical conductor having radius 1 meter is. Simple problem. Now A 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 10 farad, B 10 to the power of minus 6 farad, C 9 into 10 to the power of minus 9 farad and D 10 to the power of minus 3 farad. We know that the capacitance of a spherical conductor is given by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R. We know that 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. So here it is 4 pi epsilon naught. Therefore, I will substitute it as 1 divided by 9 into 10 to the power of 9 and multiplied by radius R is equal to 1. Now 1 by 9 is 0.11 into 10 to the power of minus 9. If I write it in scientific notation, it is 1.1 into 10 to the power of minus 10 farad. Therefore, A is the right answer. Next problem. A sheet of aluminium foil of negligible thickness, that is word is important, is introduced between plates of a capacitor. The capacitance of a capacitor is A decreases, B remains same, C becomes infinity, and D increases. Now look here, a aluminum foil is placed, it is having a negligible thickness. So therefore capacitance, it depends on the dielectric medium, thickness of that dielectric medium also. But here the thickness is negligible, the capacitance remains same, hence B is the right answer. Next problem. Work done in placing a charge of 8 into 10 to the power of minus 18 coulomb on a condenser of capacity 100 microfarad is. Now here charge is given and the capacitor is given. We have to calculate the work done. Very simple. Option A 16 into 10 to the power of minus 32 joules. B 3.1 into 10 to the power of minus 26 joules. C 4 into 10 to the power of minus 10 joules. And D 32 into 10 to the power of minus 32 joules. Now given work done, that is equal to energy stored, that is Q square by 2C. Charge, here the charge is given and the capacitance is given. Potential is not given. So therefore we are using work done is same as the energy stored, that is Q square by 2C. Now substituting 8 into 10 to the power of minus 18 square divided by 2 into, so capacitance 100 micro, 10 to minus 6. Now that simplification leads to 32 into 10 to the power of minus 32 joules. Therefore D is the right answer. Next problem. A charged particle Q, small q, shot towards another particle, capital Q, which is fixed with a velocity v. It approaches up to a closest distance, small r, and then returns. If Q was given a speed of, if the velocity of the charge is increased by 2v, the closest distance of approach would be A r, B 2r, C r by 2, and D r by 4. Now look here, we will look at the diagram. We have a large charge, capital Q. A small charge is moving towards it with a velocity v. Now that is the distance of closest approach as shown in the diagram. Let me take it as some distance r. Then there is a potential energy between the two. Now here the kinetic energy of the moving particle, it becomes potential energy. That relation we are going to make use. So therefore half m into small v square is equal to k r 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into q, capital Q, small q divided by r. It is the first case. Now in the second case, therefore velocity square is inversely proportional to the distance, v square proportional to 1 by r. Now in the second case, the speed of the particle is increased. It is moving with the velocity of 2v. Now look at that one. Since the velocity is increased, obviously the distance of approach obviously decreases because of the inverse proportionality term. Now let me take some distance r dash. Now we have to calculate what is r dash. Therefore 2v square proportional to 1 by r dash. Now taking the ratio of those two, 1 by 4 is equal to r dash by r. Therefore r dash is equal to r by 4. Therefore the distance of closest approach reduces. If the velocity is doubled, the closest approach reduces to 1/4 of the initial closest approach. Hence D is the right answer. Next problem. A parallel plate capacitor is made by stacking n equal spaced plates connected alternatively. If the capacitance between any two adjacent plates is C, then the resultant capacitance is A C, B n into C, C n minus 1 into C, and D n plus 1 into C. Now here look at the diagram. So here we are having 6 plates, yellow plates, now which are connected each other. Between them we are placing 5 plates green color plates. They are interconnected. So that means according to the problem, the alternate plates are connected. Therefore, 6 yellow plates are connected to each other and 5 green plates are connected to each other between them. Now this forms 11 plates. Now if you carefully count the pair of parallel plates, so we will get 10 parallel plates. Hence 11 plates placed besides and alternatively connected forms a combination of 10 capacitors, decrease of 1. In the same manner, if n parallel plates are connected or stacked like this, and the plates are alternatively connected, then what is the resultant capacitance? It becomes n minus 1 into C. Therefore, C is the right answer here. Next problem. The point at which electric potential due to a dipole is 0, but electric field is not 0. Potential is 0, but field is not 0. Option A at positive charge, B at negative charge, C at midpoint of the dipole, and D none of the above. Now in the case of a dipole, at the midpoint, we find that the potential is 0, but the field is not 0. Why? At the midpoint, the electric field direction for the positive charge as well as negative charge will be along the same direction, but potential is always 0. So therefore C is the right answer. Next problem. A 10 microfarad capacitor and a 20 microfarad capacitor are connected in series across 200 volt supply line. The charged capacitors are then disconnected and connected with their positive plates and negative plates together, and no external voltage is applied. What is the potential difference across each capacitor? Options: A 800 by 9 volts, B 800 by 3 volts, C 400 volts, and D 200 volts. Now here we are going to make use of common potential formula. So before that one, we have to divide this voltage 200 volts across the capacitors in the inverse ratio. In series, charge is same, therefore potential divides in the inverse ratio of the capacitance. So therefore V1 becomes 400 by 3 and V2 becomes 200 by 3. Because the capacitors are in the ratio of 1:2, therefore potential should be divided in the 2:1 ratio. Now we got this V1 and V2. Now we have to make use of common potential formula. Now that is V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Now substituting 10 into 400 by 3 plus 20 into 200 by 3 divided by 30. Now in the numerator 200 by 3, if I take 200 by 3 common outside, and 20 plus 20 divided by 30, therefore it becomes 800 by 9 volts. Hence A is the right answer. A 800 by 9 volts. It is the right answer. Next problem. 4 charges plus Q, plus Q, plus Q and minus Q are placed on the vertices A, B, C, D of a square respectively. Let capital E be the vector E be the electric field and V be the potential at the center. If the charges on A and B are interchanged with those on D and C respectively, then A electric field and V remains the same, E changes and V remains the same, both changes and none of the above. Now let me look at that diagram. Now here the electric field is a vector quantity, potential is a scalar quantity. Now look at this in this diagram. We have 4 charges. So as shown in the diagram, plus Q, plus Q, plus Q and minus Q at the point D. Now we will work out the field first. Due to charge A at the center, field is towards C. due to the charge C at the center, field is towards A. Now these two are equal and get cancels, obviously. And due to the charge at B, the electric field is towards D. And due to the negative charge at D, the electric field is also towards D. Therefore, the net electric field is along BD in the first case. Okay. Now we have to interchange the charges at A and B from D and C. Now look at that one. Now here on the right hand side, the same diagram we are having. Now we are interchanging the charges. Now the charges are interchanged. Now we work out the electric field. Due to the charge at C, the electric field is towards A, and due to the charge at A, the electric field is once again, since at A we are having the negative charge, the electric field is also towards the AC. And due to the charge at B, the field is towards D, and due to the D, it is towards B. These two get cancels. The net field is along AC. Now look at the two diagrams. In the two cases, the electric field, even though is having the same magnitude, the directions are different. Therefore, electric field varies. But what about the potential? Potential remains the same. So therefore, our answer becomes B. Electric field varies and potential remains the same. Next problem. The potential at a point X in micrometer due to some charges situated on the x-axis is given by V of x is equal to 20 divided by x square minus 4 into V. The electric field E at x is equal to 4 is given by A 10 by 9 volt per micrometer and in the negative x direction, B 10 by 9 volt per micrometer and in the positive x direction, C 5 by 3 volt per micrometer and in the negative x direction, and D 5 by 3 volt per micrometer and in the positive x direction. So here they have given the potential. V is given, V of x is equal to 20 divided by x square minus 4. We know that the relation between the electric field and the potential. The electric field is the negative potential gradient. Therefore, E is equal to minus of dV by dx. So here we require a mathematics. We have to derivate 20 divided by x square minus 4 with respect to x. If you derivating that one, we will get 20 into minus 1 into 2x. In the denominator, it is x square minus 4 whole square. Okay. Now substitute for the value of x, that is x is equal to 4 is given. We will get 20 into 8 divided by x square is 16 minus 4, it is 12. 12 square is 144. Hence electric field E is equal to 10 by 9. Therefore 10 by 9, since it is positive, 10 by 9 V by volt per micrometer and is in the positive x direction. Hence B is the right answer. Next problem. A battery is used to charge a parallel plate capacitor till the potential difference between the plates becomes equal to the EMF of the battery. The ratio of energy stored in capacitor and work done by battery is A is equal to 1 by 4, B is equal to 1 by 2, C is equal to 1 and D is equal to 2. Now energy stored is given by E is equal to 1 by 2 Q into V and the work done is equal to simply Q into V. Now simple relation here. Therefore, energy divided by work done is half. Hence, B is the right answer. Next problem. 2 points P and Q are maintained at the potentials of 10 volt and minus 4 volt respectively. The work done in moving 100 electrons from P to Q is option A minus 19 into 10 to the power of minus 17 joules, B 9.60 into 10 to the power of minus 17 joules, C minus 2.24 into 10 to the power of minus 16 joules, and D 2.24 into 10 to the power of minus 16 joules. Now here given the work done is equal to charge multiplied by the potential difference. Now potential, here we are moving the charge from P to Q, therefore VQ minus VP. Simply Now here charge is not given, only 100 electrons are moved. Therefore, we have to make use the relation Q is equal to N into V, N into E. Therefore, N into E into V2 minus VQ minus Vp. Now N is 100 and E charge of the electron. Since electron is negatively charged, we have to take the minus sign also, minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, and VQ is minus 4 minus 10. So the calculation leads to 2.24 into 10 to the power of minus 16 joules. Hence D is the right answer. Two spherical conductors, each of capacitance C, are charged to potential V and minus V. These are then connected by means of a fine wire. The loss of energy is option A 0, B half CV square, C CV square, and D 2 CV square. Now when they are connected in by a wire, they become in series. Now in series combination, the effective capacitance Cs is equal to C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2, that we know. Therefore loss of energy is equal to half into Cs into V square, where Cs is the effective capacitance in series combination. So that is equal to half into C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2 into V1 minus V2 whole square. So substituting the values, half into C into C divided by C plus C, that is 2C, into V. V1 is at V potential and V2 is at minus V. Minus of minus becomes, it becomes plus. So V plus V, that is 2V. 2V square is 4V square. In the denominator also we are having 4. It get cancels. Therefore the loss of energy is C into V square. So C is the right answer. Next problem. A 2 microfarad capacitor is charged to 100 volt and then its plates are connected by a conducting wire. The heat produced is similar to the previous problem. So answer A, options A 0.001 joules, B 0.01 joules, C 0.1 joules, and D 1 joules. Now here the capacitor of capacitance 2 microfarad, it is initially charged and the two plates are connected by a wire. That means whatever the energy stored earlier, it gets discharged. Therefore heat produced is equivalent to the energy stored. Therefore heat produced or loss of energy is equal to half into CV square. That is half into C is 2 micro, 2 into 10 to the power of minus 6. V square is 100 square. Now 100 can be written as 10 to the power of plus 2. 10 to the power of plus 2 whole square is 10 to the power of plus 4. Therefore 2 get cancels. We will get 1 into 10 raised to minus 2. 1 into 10 raised to minus 2 is 0.01 joules. Hence B is the right answer. The electric potential V is given as a function of distance x in meters by V is equal to 5x square plus 10x minus 4 volts. The value of the electric field at x is equal to 1 meter is, here they have given the potential, we have to work out the field. Options: A is equal to minus 23 volt per meter, B is equal to 11 volt per meter, C 6 volt per meter, and D minus 20 volt per meter. Now the potential is given, therefore the electric field is negative of derivative of the potential, that is negative potential gradient minus dV by dx. Now derivative, that function 5x square plus 10x minus 4. Derivative of 5x square is 10x plus derivative of 10x is 10. Therefore we will get electric field E is equal to minus of 10x plus 10. For x is equal to 1 meter, we are getting E is equal to minus 20 volt per meter. Therefore D is the answer. Next problem. An air capacitor of capacitance 10 microfarad is connected to a constant voltage battery of 12 volts. The space between the plates is filled by a dielectric constant phi. The additional charge that flows now from battery to the capacitor is option A 120 microcoulomb, B 600 microcoulomb, C 480 microcoulomb, and D 24 microcoulomb. In the earlier case, in the first case, air is the dielectric medium, and in the second case, the space between the plates of a capacitor is filled by a dielectric constant phi. We will write the two equations. Now C is given 10 microfarad and voltage V is equal to 12 volts. First we calculate the charge. Now Q is equal to C into V. Therefore Q is equal to C is given 10 microfarad and V is 12 volts. Therefore it is 120 microcoulomb of charge is stored in the first case. Now the space between the plates is filled with a dielectric of constant K. The new charge becomes Q dash is equal to K into C into V. Now K is 5 into 120, that is 600 microcoulomb. Now here at this step, most of the students will make the mistake, they will choose answer B. But in the problem, they have asked what is the additional flow of charges. Now this is the final charge in the second case, that is 600. Initial charge is 120. They have asked additional charge. That means we have to subtract 600 minus 120. Therefore, it is 480 microcoulomb. Hence, C is the right answer. Next problem. A charge of 5 coulomb is given a displacement of 0.5 meter. The work done in the process is 10 joules. The potential difference between the 2 points will be very simple problem here. Charge is given 5 microcoulomb. The options are 25 volts A, B 1 volt, C 0.25 volt, and D 2 volts. Now here the given things are, we have the work done is equal to charge multiplied with the potential. Therefore potential is equal to work done divided by the charge. Now work done is given, it is 10 joules, 10, and charge is 5 coulomb. Therefore simple value, so V is equal to 2 volts, hence D is the right answer. Here is we are not using any the displacement, that is 0.5 meter. Okay. Next problem. A 10 microfarad capacitor is connected to a potential difference of 50 volts and is connected to another uncharged capacitor in parallel. Now the common potential difference between becomes 20 volts. The capacitance of the second capacitor. We have to make use of the common potential formula here. Options: A 15 microfarad, B 30 microfarad, C 20 microfarad, and D 10 microfarad. Now here given C1 is given 10 microfarad and the potential is 50 volts. C2 we have to work out, and V2 is given. V2 means since the second capacitor is uncharged, obviously V2 is 0. Common potential is 20 volts. From these values we are going to calculate C2. Now directly straight away take the common potential formula. V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Substituting the values, 20 is equal to 10 into 50 plus C2 into 0, because second capacitor is initially uncharged. Therefore 10 plus C2. Now C2 plus 10 cross multiplying, we will get 500 by 20. So therefore C2 is equal to 15 microfarad. Next problem. The answer is A is the right answer, 15 microfarad. Next problem. The electric potential V at any point xyz in space is given by V is equal to 4x square volts. The electric field at 102 point is in volt per meter is options: A 8 along negative x-axis, B 8 along positive x-axis, C 16 along negative x-axis, D 16 along positive axis. Here potential is given, we have to find the electric field. Directly we make the derivative. The electric field is negative of the potential gradient. The derivative of 4x square is minus 8x, because minus sign is there, minus 8x. Now substituting for x is equal to 1, we get electric field E is equal to minus 8 volt per meter. Since we are having negative sign, therefore A is the right answer. 8 along negative x-axis. A is the right answer. Now the next problem. A sphere of radius r is charged to a potential capital V. The outward force per unit area of its surface is given by option 4 pi epsilon naught A 4 pi epsilon naught V square by r square, B epsilon naught V square by 2r square, C 2 epsilon naught V square by r square, and D epsilon naught V square by 4 r square. We know that force per unit area is electrical pressure. Therefore, force per unit area, it is equal to electrical pressure, and that electrical pressure we know it is given by half into epsilon naught into E square. Now you have to substitute for E. Now what is the relation between the electric field and the potential? E is equal to V by R. Now substituting that one, therefore half into epsilon naught into V by R whole square. So therefore B is the answer because epsilon naught V square by 2 R square. So it is the answer. Next problem. Two condensers C1 and C2 in a circuit are joined as shown in the figure. The potential of point A is V1 and that of B is V2. The potential at the point D is option A half V1 plus V2, B C1 V2 plus C2 V1 divided by C1 plus C2, C C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2, and D C2 V1 minus C1 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Now look at the diagram. They have given the capacitors, two condensers C1 and C2. A is at a potential of V1 and B is at a potential of V2. We have to find the common potential at the point D. If you know directly the common potential formula, then obviously we can directly choose the answer as C, C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Or otherwise you can work out like this. Since they are connected in series, charge becomes the same. Charge on the first capacitor is V1 minus V. If I take V is the common potential at the point D, therefore V1 minus V into C1 is equal to Q. Similarly, for the second charge, for second capacitor, V minus V2 into C2 is equal to Q. Now equating them and solving for V, we will get the common potential formula C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Therefore, C is the right answer here. Next problem. Two capacitors when connected in series have a capacitance of 3 microfarad, and when connected in parallel they have a capacitance of 16 microfarad. Their individual capacitances are option A 1 micro 2 microfarad, B 6 microfarad 2 microfarad, C 12 microfarad 4 microfarad, and D 3 microfarad 16 microfarad. Now here two capacitors, first they are connected in series and the effective capacitance is 3 microfarad. Then they are connected in parallel, their effective capacitance is 16. We know that in the case of parallel combination, the effective capacitance is C effective is equal to C1 plus C2. So that means by simply adding the results, we should get 16. Now which pair of two capacitors will get the 16 microfarad in total? So 1 plus 2 it is 3. In the B option 6 plus 2 it is 8. In the D option it is 16 plus 3 it is 19. Therefore obviously C is the right answer without doing any calculation. With the simple knowledge of equivalent capacitance of parallel combination, we can easily find the result as C is equal to 12 microfarad and 4 microfarad. The two capacitors should have the values 12 microfarad and 4 microfarad. Let me work out that one. In parallel combination, C1 plus C2 is equal to 16. So in series combination, C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2 is equal to 3. Therefore C1 C2 is equal to 3 into C1 plus C2. C1 plus C2 is given, it is 16. 16 3 it is 48. Now sum of two numbers is 16, product of their numbers is 48. Obviously C1 is 12 and C2 is 4. Therefore C is the right answer. Next problem. A capacitor of capacitance C1 is charged by connecting it across a battery of EMF V0. The battery is then removed and the capacitor is connected in parallel with the uncharged capacitor of capacitance C2. Once again, the common potential formula. The potential difference across the combination is, we have to make use of the common potential formula. Option A, C2 V0 divided by C1 plus C2. B, C1 V0 divided by C1 plus C2. C, C1 plus C2 into V0 divided by C2. And D, C1 plus C2 into V0 divided by C1. Straight away make use of the common potential formula. V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Now here first capacitor is charged to a potential V0. Therefore V1 is V0. Second capacitor is uncharged. Therefore V2 is 0. Now substituting that one. So therefore we are getting C1 V0 plus 0 divided by C1 plus C2. Obviously B is the right answer here. Simple problem. Next problem. Increasing the charge on the plates of a capacitor means, that means if you increase the charge on the plates of the capacitor, that means what? Increasing the capacitance. B, increasing the potential difference between the plates. C, both A and B. And D, none of the above. Now as and when the charge is increased, obviously the potential increases, because we know that capacitance is a constant. Since charge is directly proportional to the potential, the ratio of charge to the potential is always a constant. Therefore capacitance remains the constant. Therefore potential should increase. Hence B is the right answer, increasing the potential between the distance between the plates. And next problem. The minimum value of effective capacitance that can be obtained by combining three capacitors of capacitances 1 pico, 2 pico and 4 pico is A, 7 by 4 picofarad, B, 4 by 7 picofarad, C, 1 picofarad and D, 2 picofarad. Now here the three capacitors are connected in here they have asked to find the minimum value of the effective capacitance. We know that in the series combination, the reciprocal of the effective capacitance is sum of the reciprocal of the individual capacitances. Obviously, the equivalent capacitance in series combination is less than the smallest among them. So therefore here among the three, 1 pico, 2 pico and 4 pico, which is the smallest? 1 is the smallest. So therefore the effective capacitance should be less than 1. Now simply look at the results. Which one is less than 1? Now B is A is 7 by 4, it is more than 1, it is not the answer. C is 1, it is not the answer. D is 2, not the answer. Obviously by the elimination method, B is the right answer, 4 by 7 picofarad, because it is less than 1. Like that we can simply use the simple technique to solve the problems, or we can work out with the formula. Effective capacitance is minimum when they are connected in series. So effective capacitance 1 upon Cs is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. If you work out, it is 7 by 4. 1 by Cs is 7 by 4. Therefore Cs is 4 by 7 picofarad. Therefore B is the right answer.